Hello, Brenton with All at Octane here. In this video, I'm going to open up a bunch of cool Matchboxes that I was able to find, including the new kind of Working Rigs set and the Auto Bahn Express 5-pack, which is really cool. But first I'm going to open up some of the mainline cars. I'm going to start with the probably least interesting first, and we'll move to the most interesting. So first up is the Cliffhanger, and I might have actually opened this before. I might have actually bought this before. It's been a long time, and there we go, just a cool little 4x4 vehicle. It says off-road number 28, and yep, pretty basic, pretty simple, plastic base, metal body. That's some fun stuff. All right, next we're gonna go ahead and go with the 33 Plymouth PC Sedan. Yeah, and let's open that up. It kind of has the cool police car. I believe that's what the PC stands for. And it has 3 on the side. It says Metro City Police. Number 3. Plastic, metal body. This is a good looking coupe, or sedan. I wouldn't be surprised if people want to customize that one. It's pretty cool. All right, next up we have the Volkswagen Type 34 Carmen Ghia. And we've probably already seen this one before. It might have even been in the same color. I didn't want to pull out the other one. I don't know where it is at the moment. But it did come in the blocks, and now I think we have another one. This might be a little bit darker of a green. Very basic, very primitive, but it's a nice casting overall. And sometimes it's, you just, I guess, collect the duplicates. All right, next up we've got the 2011 Mini Countryman. And let's open this one up. I do like the rims on this one. I don't know if it quite fits a Mini. I don't know if this is exactly what you'd put on one, but I do like 5-spoke rims. Those are my favorite. It's all plastic up top here. The windshield's kind of all one piece. So, but it does have some tampos. That's kind of nice. Front tampos and rear tampos. It's a very light vehicle, probably because there's no metal up top. The metal is literally just the green. That is it. So, lots of plastic, very light. Kind of start wondering if they're going to be able to sustain making some of these vehicles in the future, because a lot of these cars are getting so much lighter because there's a lot more plastic involved. All right, next up is the 1955 GMC Scenic Cruiser, and this one's lovely. It's showing up on camera really nice. I'm going to save some of the cooler ones towards the end. I'm going to try to make this all quick. So, Matchbox on the side. Those are the only tampos. Again, pretty light. I think the only metal is the white part. The orange is plastic, the base is plastic. So, pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and get with the 13 Ford Cargo. I do like big rigs. It would actually be really cool. This would be a cool set, would be the European semi-truck racing. That would be awesome. One of Matchbox or Hot Wheels should get into that. That would be really cool. There we go, we've got the tampos, front tampos, and again, very light. The white part is metal, that is all. All right, let's go with one of the more popular models that's been coming out, is the Poop King. That's what it says. Poop King. And it's got the 2 porta pots on it, outhouses, whatever you want to call them, not quite sure. And they are removable, so this is kind of a plastic piece. They go side by side. And they will fit on these little black and white, well, I guess they're more raised parts. So you can kind of stick them on there so they won't fall. Side tampos, no front, no rear, just side. That's a nice truck, pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and go with the 51 Willys Jeep pickup 4x4 in yellow. So we've seen this casting a couple times as well. We might have even seen it in this color. I think Matchbox is doing a lot of recolors or repackaging, more or less than recoloring. But I'm going to be unboxing the Jeep set here just a little bit, so stay tuned for that video, and you'll be able to see all the Jeeps. But this one just has front tampo, and that's all. Pretty nice casting. Let's keep moving with the 62 Nissan Junior in the Sriracha livery. I guess this is kind of cool. Didn't Lexus have a Sriracha vehicle? I believe Lexus had a Sriracha edition vehicle. or somebody, I know somebody did. There we go, side tampos, green, plastic, white base. It's a pretty nice truck. All right, let's go ahead then and get up to the Subaru, where is it? Yep, Subaru Sambar truck. There it is. These adorable little vehicles are becoming very popular here in the States. So it's nice to kind of have one in diecast. The only tampo is on the side and back. It has no front tampos, just side and back. Subaru, and then it has the tail lights. All right, let's go ahead and get with the 55 Cadillac Fleetwood in pink. This is fantastic. It's got a silver roof to it. I like Cadillacs, they're my favorite vehicles, and this one looks stunning. Showing up on camera so well. And there we go, front tampos, rear tampos. This thing has the Cadillac treatment, front and rear tampos. That's kind of nice. All right, let's go ahead and go to the Mercedes-Benz G63 AMG 6x6. So, if you follow these kind of vehicles, you know that 6x6s are pretty popular right now. I know Stradman wants to do his Jeep Gladiator 6x6 build. That'll be kind of fun when that comes. I know Hennessy's got the Velociraptor, the Ford Raptor 6x6. But I believe this is the OG. I believe these guys made it first. And if not, look up the Dodge Ram T-Rex. That's way back in the day when they made a concept that had the 6x6. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the Auto Bahn Express. This is an amazing 5-pack. I did find it on the pegs with the top ripped open, but this is all 6 cars, and you can tell based on, well, Matchbox doesn't do it. Matchbox does not put the cars on the back, but I did look it up online. If you're unsure on the pegs, if you find something that's broken, ripped open, or any sort of tampered with package, be sure to look it up online, Google it really fast, and make sure all the cars that are supposed to be in the pack and all of the parts or anything, because you do not want to get a package that doesn't have the correct cars. That would be a real bummer. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up, or go through them. We got the Mercedes. We've seen this a couple times already. It was in the Mercedes set. It's also been in the main line, but now we have it in blue. I believe this is the GLE coupe. Very nice. And we've got the Rambo LMO2 in black. I have it in yellow and red, and it's nice to have it in a different color. This is probably the best color. It's got the rear tampos and front tampos, but it's very clean. The lines look amazing. I also like the red one. The red one and the black one, that one now is probably my favorite. And we've got the Audi R8, or is this the V10? I guess it could be the V10. I know it says R8 on the bottom, probably because this is the older casting. But nowadays, I guess you can imagine it's the V10 version, the V10 Plus. It does have rear tampos. It does have front tampos. And this is, again, a very nice, clean casting. Matchbox has stepped up their game with their 5-packs and a lot of their licensed models. The blue on this Bentley is stunning. Looks fantastic on camera. It's a little dark, I understand, but it is very, very nice in person. We've got the front tampos and we have the rear tampos. And it's dropping some paint chips from the rivet posts. Black interior, absolutely stunning. All right, and last up is the Volvo. I believe this is the, I apologize, I'll get this on, V60, the Volvo V60. Now I do like it in the Polestar blue that they came out with. I have that one on my desk. This one in silver, it's very subtle, it's very nice. Wagons are always incredibly popular. This would be a cool car to own in real life, but it is nice to have in a diecast. Again, the front tampo and rear tampo. This will match the C30 that I have, which is really cool. So it'll be nice to have the little hot hatch and the wagon. All right, let's move then right to the working rigs. And we're gonna go ahead and open up the New Holland bidirectional. Okay, that makes sense. New Holland bidirectional. So you got the tipper or the bucket in the back, and it can scoop to the front. So let's go ahead and open that up and see how it works. There we go. Oh, wow. It actually is articulating. Whoa. This just stepped up their, they just stepped up their A game. Yep, so here we go. You've got the ability to move the bucket back here and scoop up, or you can, I guess, is it gonna come over? I guess it doesn't come over. So it's only going from the rear, so it doesn't actually come over the roof line. Although, yeah, I guess it doesn't come over the roof line. Well, that's kind of disappointing. I wonder if they... Nope, doesn't look like it. I'd be curious off camera if I can change this and move this around to the front. Will it hook up? Doesn't look like it will. Alright, so it does. It only goes to the rear. But that's okay. Maybe they'll come out with attachments for it. That would be awesome. So there it is, New Holland articulator. And let's go ahead and open up the, I'm going to leave the tow trucks for last. Those are my favorite. So we have the Pierce Velocity aerial platform truck. We've seen this in red. I believe it's been in yellow before in another release of these real working rigs, or the working rigs. Now we have it in white. But who can resist a fire truck? They're pretty cool. I like tow trucks, I like dump trucks, and then fire trucks. They're still pretty cool. But one of my favorite features of the fire truck is the extending ladder. And I probably just pulled it out pretty far. There we go. Is the extendable ladder. It doesn't have any outrigging that moves, but it does have the ladder, and it does balance pretty well. You can see right there in the camera, it does balance pretty well. But there we go. It's got side tampos, front tampos. This thing is decked out. Probably the better looking of the ones so far. I love the gold rims on this truck. All right, let's go ahead and then open up the International Durastar 4400 flatbed transporter. Kind of almost has like a AAA look, except it's MBX. It's very smart of Matchbox to do that. I like that. If my budget allowed, I would probably pick up tons of these things, but I can only afford one of each. So there we go. And the bed does slide back and forth, which is always really fun. And then it does have an underlift. I know it's kind of hard to see on the black background, but it does have an underlift. You're able to scoop up 2 cars at one time. And we're going to go ahead and probably put 2 cars on there. Let's go ahead and put the Volvo and the Bentley. There we go. All right, and lastly is the Western Star 6900 XD, the heavy-duty wrecker. Again, always nice to see these. I will collect every one of the tow trucks that come out because they're just so cool. But do you guys have a favorite kind of vehicle? Do you guys like the tow trucks? Do you like the dump trucks they've come out with, or the law enforcement? What are some of your favorites? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to know, because it's so fun to talk to other collectors. So this one has the articulating boom, has an underlift as well, slides back in. This one says, I know it's very hard to read on camera, I'll take it off really fast. It says Weismer? That is actually really hard to read. Not quite sure. Probably a designer of some sort who works at Matchbox or some sort of livery. And again, side tampos on this one. Front tampos on the headlights. Amazing vehicle. Absolutely stunning. So there we go. I'm going to tip these on their side just so you can kind of see and get the full effect. So there is the real working rigs. We've got some of the Autobahn Express 5-pack. What are some of your favorites? Have you guys been finding these? I know Matchbox is starting to step up their A-game. Are you a big collector of them, or do you prefer your Hot Wheels? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you guys think. And until the next video, happy hunting.